me turn it off when I'm finished.
Got it.
Okay, thank you. Is it recording? Okay. So we're going to start back. All right, so here we go. So, the art of an effective presentation. My name is Jim Pagiamtzis. I'm the founder of Get Connected in the 21st Century, where I work with speakers and authors to learn, speak, socialize, and monetize their skills, make money from front of the room. I'm excited here with Cedarbrae to teach you some concepts on effective presentation. Part of what I was telling you earlier is I've been practicing presentation for a month because it's a lot about art and science. So, a little bit of my story is went to school just up the street here, Centennial College Progress. I'm a proud alumni. Actually, Centennial has a table here today, and I earned a diploma in business administration. Then I'm using now that knowledge until a few years later. After that, I went and worked for retail for 10 years. Wasn't really the most interesting job, but after years passed, I realized how important that job was because I learned a lot of key things I'm using today. After that, I joined the logistics industry, a little company called FedEx, for about 9 years. It was great, a lot of lessons, met two great mentors along the way there, and really gave me the tools and insights to become who I am today. Then my kind of career turned right a little bit, and I became a professional speaker. I went out and I was teaching training because I was working evenings for FedEx. During the day, I had nothing to do. So I went in there, wrote articles, got to speaking, wrote a book, and things happened. So then after that, 2014, again, my life kind of changed a little bit, and I got the world of acting. So I've been in 50 plus productions, and I'm gonna show you some movies I've been in. That's the glasses, Star Power. I had to change my brand and Star Power. And last few years, I've had a chance to work with some really, really great individuals, from some young upcoming millennials who are directors, producers. I've got to represent some amazing brands. I have a big surprise for everybody here at the end. Remind me, if I forget, please remind me about the surprise, because I love to give away stuff. That's one of my key things. And then we're gonna have a challenge at the end, if everyone is more excited than they are right now. So, that's the Centennial College. And the banner there, and again, I'm grateful. Stay in school, please go to college, go to university. I know there's a lot of successful people who haven't gone to college, I didn't go to university, Bill Gates, blah, blah, blah. Please, stay in school, go to college, university, and then do whatever you want to do, okay? It's really important. So, talk about writer, speaker, author. So, I told you about Rockstar, 31,000. Now, is this all about gloating? No. It's about saying that I did something and people started watching and paying attention. It's a little bit smidgy about gloating because, YouTube's what? The most powerful medium out there. There's YouTube, Google, Facebook, and everything else, right?
Please excuse this interruption. Mr. Riznicki, please call 604.
On
Mr.
YouTube,
Riznicki, please call 604.
I've done a lot of interviews. So this one's called the Rethinking the Art of Networking. If you want to write it down and YouTube the interview later on, more than happy to. It's me speaking for about 20 minutes on the PAR system, presentation, attitude, response, and how to network effectively. Very, very powerful. In 20 minutes, you can learn how to network like a master. So, really excited about that. I also been on reviewing other channels. Again, I went out there and I was just available because, again, during the day I was available, and I really, really used my time effectively. So I've been on this show called thatchannel.com numerous times. Been a great experience. So I wrote a book called Get Connected in the 21st Century. Took all my articles, put them together, networking, mentorship, leadership, and all sorts of things. Really, really something that I'm very proud of and continue to write. It's something that has inspired thousands of people to understand how to network effectively. That's my passion, networking. I've taught it at schools to adults and even little kids as well. I was as young as 13 years old. So Junior Achievement, come on over Junior Achievement of Ontario, anybody? So I've been in Junior Achievement since 2008. I'm currently involved in the company program. I've heard of the Junior Achievement company program. Have you involved with it? Yeah? So I'm involved in the downtown location. Last year I was with the Lumos project downtown. We're nominated for 9 awards, we didn't win. So I'm back again. It's really exciting. We're at Young and Shepherd. We're still trying to figure out what our product is, but I'm telling you, if you have a chance to do, if you have time still, wherever grade you're in, company program is amazing. Yes, it's a little bit of an extra activity in your week. I know some of you are very busy. Some of my students have told me their schedule, and I don't even want to look at their schedule. I thought my schedule was bad. Like, swimming, they got this, they got that. I know, I'm not even gonna try and understand the schedule. I know you got a lot of stuff, guys, you got a lot of stuff. But challenge program is an experience that you're gonna learn about business, you're gonna learn how to create a product, why it's easy to make money, and some of the trials and tribulations involved. So definitely gonna look. So DECA, been a judge. How long? Since 2011. Okay, I know, a long time, 7 years. But here's what happened. I got involved because a teacher saw me at the Small Business Forum in 2011 from Monarch Park Collegiate, found by the Danforth. And he referred me, and I was hooked. And it's been one of the most, again, amazing things to be a judge. What was it, January and February is the provincials? Right, am I got it right? January, I usually go in January and February downtown at the Sheraton. See everybody else dressed up like you are today, everyone's open. It's kind of a sight to see everybody dressed up. We can tell you, like, look at that, eh? But it's really fun, really fun. I met some sharp students who are gonna make zillions of dollars. Like they put me to shame. They're like presenting it. Yeah, you got it right. They put me to shame. They're that good. So really good. So again, I've had junior team in DECA. So again, it's been a really important part of my journey, and that's why I'm really happy to speak today. So also do stuff at the Canada Job Expo. If you're looking for work, check out the CanadaJobExpo.com. It's a shameless little plug, but again, I've been with the Expo for 7 years. We started here in Scarborough. It's blown up. We do about 6 events a year. Next one's going to be in downtown. I'm the advisors of it. So Canada Job Expo, we do most in the younger shipper and some downtown. Check it out. No, I am JA. I told you a little bit of the story, and again, really excited to be representing them. So, being an actor, brand ambassador. Do you know what brand ambassador is? I don't know what actors, but I know what brand ambassador is. Have you heard that? What is it? Anybody know what brand ambassador is? No one? So brand ambassador is representing a company. So I'm representing a company called Google. Have you ever heard of Google? Who's that? Okay. Well, let's get. That's a little bit of a joke there. So I'm representing Google. So at the end, I'm going to tell you something they're really cool they're doing downtown. So brand ambassador is representing a organization. So when you go like to the auto show, when you go to these special like events, companies hire people like brand ambassador to represent, to give you samples and all that, or to give away products. That's a brand ambassador. I tell you, it's been the most funnest thing I've ever done my entire life. I started 2 years ago. Oh God, I wish I started earlier. Because I got to do like, represent the Swiffer, remember the Swiffer product? You know the Swiffer product? I was a Swiffer guy for 4 weeks. The most fun ever. I was like, I can do this every week. It was so much fun because I got to be, again, an actor to represent a brand. So, I've been in some movies. So I've heard Shazam. Shazam is coming in 2019. Shazam? Anyone see the preview? So I'm in Shazam. Little scene. Really cool. We shot last February in Toronto. They looked pretty crappy when we were shooting it because his lightning bolt wasn't lit. What's his name? What's the guy's name? I'm gonna forget his name. Zachary Levy. His lightning bolt wasn't lit when we were shooting, and he was complaining. This thing's too thin. You heard him complain. It was hilarious. But the trailer looks really good, so I'm gonna definitely watch that. There's a movie called Fahrenheit 451. They shot 2 years ago. I met Michael B. Jordan on the right. You can't see it that well. Really interesting guy. So he was in. Michael B. Jordan has an interesting distinction. He's in the best movie ever made and the worst. So he's in what? What movie was he in? Help me here. Go. He was in Black Panther. I'm gonna watch it soon. I haven't seen it. I didn't watch it because I was busy. And then he's in the worst movie ever, which is. Nobody's a movie buff in here? Oh boy, I'm in trouble. What's the movie? Fantastic Four, the reboot. Worst movie. Exactly. So he's in the best movie and the worst movie. That's a distinction that's kind of hard to have for an actor, right? And there's a movie called Condor. It got released. I didn't watch it, but I played an Egyptian, one of the biggest, craziest days of my life. 16 hours on set. It wasn't that fun. Invited friends over. They were ready to kill me by the end. But the things I've done is, have you ever heard of Shape of Water? It was seen Shape of Water. Oh, let me go see Shape of Water. You seen Shape of Water? So I'm a little embarrassed because I was been 2 days on set. I played 1960s ad man, you know, that looked pretty. But I was really kind of, honest, I was a little kind of bothered by it because somebody who's seen it knows it's kind of a, not exactly a, I don't know, like, I can't remember the word. It was not exactly the most, children's movie. You know, it's more for adults. And I was kind of, when it came out, I was like, I went to go watch, see what happened. I went to go watch it. And there was a 13-year-old kid beside me with his grandfather. And he's watching it, and the kid's going like this, closing his eyes. Literally 5 minutes into the film. 20 minutes into the film, I'm closing my eyes, going, oh my God. The grandfather, we're finishing, goes, what's going on with you, my grandson? I said, sir, I'm so sorry. I was in this film for 2 days. And I think the material in this movie are very big. He goes, aren't you old enough? Yes, sir, but that's not what they told us when we were filming the movie. So the kid goes, what, you haven't seen that before? The 13-year-old kid says to me, haven't seen? I go, young laddie, maybe when you're 25, maybe, but not when you're 13. Like, how'd you get in here in the first place, right? But it was just kind of different. So, but the movie I'm really proud of is a movie called LF for Romania. I'm actually on the cover. I'm right here. I'm on the cover over there. You know, the guy can't see me that good. So I made it on the poster, which is kind of cool. Hey, making it on a poster, is that good? Thumbs up. So the director, I have something good for you, Jim. You made it on the poster. And it was a film. It's won 4 short film awards here in Toronto and Greece and Australia. So I'm really proud. 2 days of most amazing actors I've ever worked with here in 4 years. A lot of these guys I've done stuff with. Mark Stewart I've done stuff with. All these guys are really, really powerful up-and-coming actors. So, Constant Contact. Anybody heard of Constant Contact? So, there's an email marketing service. They hired me in 2012, gave me my break, become a professional speaker, and share for 3 years all over Ontario. So that's the Public Speakers Association. So I'm going to get into the speaking part here. So I started a Speakers Association from scratch. So if anybody tells you a startup is fun, don't believe them. Don't believe the hype. A startup is not exciting. You know, you hear a lot of stories about startups. Oh yeah, we built it, we sold for $3 million. You hear those stories? Very few. It takes a lot of work, let me tell you. Blood, sweat, tears to do it. But I'm glad I did it. I had about 4 years. Now we changed a little sort of our way we do things. But I really got to get down and get dirty and learn from a great, amazing lady and really expand my speaking ability and train other speakers. So now I'm a trainer's trainer, so I train other speakers how to do this, okay? And some of them have had amazing success, so it's really, really cool, okay? So, let's get started. So I've shared a lot of things and opened the doors to show you the back end and the front end. Because part of being a speaker is not saying you come up here and speak, okay? That's not what I do, and I hope, I encourage you not for you to do. That's why I was very authentic, and when I started this presentation, what I'm doing now. Because what happens? It takes work to become great, okay? It does. Anything that I've done, even being an actor, over and over and over again doing the lines, okay? I get to play a lawyer on Sunday. Am I excited about that? I don't sound like a lawyer. What am I doing? Watching lawyer shows the last 4 days, you know, I always sound like a lawyer. So, again, but there's a system. Trust the system. So, part of speaking is this. We all have expertise. So, can anybody from the group share me something they're passionate about? What is their topics that they're passionate about? Can someone have a couple of hands? Please? Yes?
Sports.
What type of sports are you passionate about?
Hockey.
Okay, anything else? Thank you. Anything else? What is everybody passionate about? Yes?
Music,
Okay, what type of music?
instrumental,
Instrumental? Anybody else? One more? Can we have a third one? And then I'll keep moving. One, we're not going anywhere. I'm staying. No one? Okay. So that's great. Now, there's a formula. Okay, sorry. So the expertise. Then when you take expertise, you build a story around it. So what did I say? I had expertise, I built a story. So everything I've been telling you is stories. Now, it's something that I want you to pay attention to. It is definitely on YouTube, and you hear a lot of stories. You hear all these great people talk about, I have a story to share. Why is story such a powerful thing? Because people love hearing stories. Okay, story gets you involved, brings you into the person's world. Okay, it's really, really important. But at the end of the day, it's engagement. So from now moving forward, when you watch somebody speaking live, doesn't matter where it is, pay attention. Watch their body language. Watch how they're engaging. Are they making you laugh? Are they putting you to sleep? It's happened to me. People have fallen asleep watching me speak. Believe it or not, I have video proof. People falling asleep in the front row. Okay, you ask, how can they front row listen to you speak? It's happened. Like literally, falling asleep. Okay? Other funny things has happened to me. But again, you can do your best here. But again, it's being that, being part of that. So engagement, engage with the audience. So there's a formula. Here's the formula. Persistence plus practice equals results. This is what I want you to write down, please. Persistence plus practice equals results. If there's one thing to write down, it's this. Now, why this point is something I create for myself, ladies and gentlemen. everything I created was for myself, and then moving forward, I began to see the power of sharing with others. Now, persistence. Here's the thing. If you're not persistent in creating something, what are you doing? So when I learned how to skate 10 years ago, I did not learn how to skate until 32. I'm saying, what'd you do for 32 years? I didn't skate. I took my 2 front teeth the day Space Shuttle exploded. I don't know, it was in 85, and that was it. So I went to go skate, signed up with my brother and a friend of his. My brother and his friend quit, okay? I continued. I played about 3 seasons of comparative ice hockey. Actually did pretty good. And I had these little kids. You know what my motivation was? I was going skating 4 days a week. And again, I was working, I was doing other things. These little kids, I was dressed in my Leafs jersey, my Leaf pants, and my Leaf hat and everything else. And these 4-year-old kids would go, a guy like you, like talk, can't skate? You know? Man, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you, right? So part of the motivation was the fact is, yes, that was what. But let me tell you, a year later, I was back doing little twirls and skating, all that. Why? I put the effort into it. I was so, and my friend says, how'd you become so good? Over and over and over, I went and skated. I still got a long way to go, but I'm definitely gonna skate better than I did when I first started. Again, persistence. Next is practice. So this presentation, I started October 17th. Practiced over and over and over again. How did I do it? I made time. So before I work out, 4 days a week, what did I would do? I'd start early and present do the presentation in front of a mirror. I do it over and over again. When I was working, I was a gym rat for 9 years. I go on half an hour early to the gym when nobody's there, and I was doing my stretching. I would speak in front of the mirror there, the big mirror. Nobody was in the room. And someone show up, I'd go, listen, don't mind me, I'm just talking, doing my presentation. Now, over and over and over and over again. If I was in the car, over and over and over again. I have it recorded over and over again. Now, because nobody sees that, right? Everybody sees this. But what happened, the secret to the success that I had is I was willing to practice and practice and practice. So by the time I got to the presentation, I knew it backwards and forwards. And later on, in my speaking journey, I faced a challenge where I didn't have a PowerPoint. At one point, my friends called me Mr. PowerPoint. I know my friend, one of my friends, she says, Jim, how many people don't have a PowerPoint? What are you going to do? I go, I don't know. And would you know it? About 4 or 5 years ago, I went to a presentation, no PowerPoint. So then I had to learn freestyle talk, which means no PowerPoint, just a paper or just all in your head, or I had a laptop. And Cheryl Rankin, to this day, I thank her, because then I became Mr. Freestyle. And it's been one of those amazing things where I had to evolve and change the way I did things and engage. Now, I still had, my notes on my laptop, but there came times over and over again where I didn't have that. My laptop malfunctioned or things happened. What am I gonna do? Gonna go high? I can't do it? No, you gotta get done, because I knew the presentation backwards and forwards and over again. So practice. The results are gonna happen. If you do the first two, results are gonna happen. So, say the results was money. Right? So everybody says, oh, about the money. Well, you know what? If you practice and you put your effort into it, the money will come. And let me tell you, if myself, yours truly, Mr. Star Power, can make it 55 productions in 4 years and make some pretty good money this year. It's not big money, but enough to feel that I've made that effort in playing lawyers, playing in all these films. Listen, that proves to me that everybody can evolve to become anything they want. You put your mind to things. That's why I'm putting so much effort into the script, because I know that I don't want to do that background stuff. It's just not, it's fun, but I want to do more speaking stuff because that's where the money, where the money is, right? So again, over and over and over again. This is a powerful formula. It applies to everything that you do, whether you're learning a new instrument, whether you're going to learn a new class, over and over again. Now, it may seem unorthodox. I get that a lot, where it's kind of weird. Weird is good. I don't care. Trust me, weird is good. It's not like you have to do it in front of your friends. But at one point, my friend caught me one day where I was speaking up in Vaughan a few years ago. My friend caught me talking to a tree. And he didn't laugh. He says, wow, you're really determined to become a great speaker. That's the words that came out of his mouth. I was talking to a tree. He says, no, everybody else who sees you probably thinks you're a little crazy. And he was one of my biggest supporters at that time, and he had even more respect for me because he knew that I wanted to become the best, and I was going to wait to speak to someone to prove myself, okay? My mentor, Tanya Hoffman, I went down and spoke in San Antonio, Texas, 3 years ago in front of 150 entrepreneurs in the States. I was so nervous. I was like nervous, and at the end I was the last speaker. So 3 days I was the last speaker, and I knocked the house down. It was. I still have that. I found the video online, and when I watched it, I'm like, oh my God, I was so nervous. But again, I taught my networking skill. People came up to me, give me their books, give me their cards. I made so many great friendships because the last spot is kind of the shittiest spot to speak. You know, at a conference, last one, you're like, the last one? But I tore the house down because I got to watch everybody else. And what they were doing well, what they were doing crappy. So I had a lot of time to see exactly what worked, and my mentor was really happy. So, let's get into it now. Beginning, a middle, and an end. I know it sounds very simplistic, but that's what it is. You know, they've used the hamburger analogy. I'm just going to keep it simple, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning, middle, and end. Now, how's the best way to train this? To use this? I'm going to use something that's very simple. What do I like?
Movies.
Movies! Who watches movies? Okay. Who watches movies? Okay, all right. So, have I seen Jaws? Aliens? Hey, there we go, my favorite friend. How about the Avengers Infinity War? Who's excited about number 4? Who's excited? Oh, man. Whew. Good, they killed off a lot of, they evaporated a lot of people. So, but movies. So this is the best way I feel I can get my point across. So what is it about movies that people go to? Why do people go see movies? Why? Yes. Interest? To escape? You know, instead of like talking about escape for 2 hours, you know, I have, again, some interesting things. I've worked for, remember Blockbuster? Remember Blockbuster? Yeah! But there's another company called Video 99. I remember Video 99. So I had the great honor to work for both of them. So I've seen thousands of movies, right? So I have my friend started a movie club about 3 years ago where we invite friends to see a movie every month. It's been a really great experience, and now that I'm in the movie, it's really even better. But here's the thing about movies. Movies have to grab your attention, right? Now, the reason I'm gonna talk about Jaws and maybe the Infinity War a little bit, but Jaws is probably the best example. Because when Jaws came out, Steven Spielberg had a problem. And I don't think people know this, but the shark wasn't working. So he couldn't show the shark to win the movie, right? It actually worked out better. Now, remember the first scene in Jaws? Who remembers the first scene in Jaws? Nobody remembers the first scene in Jaws? They're at the beach, girl gets up, the guy chases her, she goes in the water, he's drunk, he falls down, she goes out, she gets eaten, she hits the barbell, she goes down, and she dies. That's the beginning part of the movie. Why? Because they're gonna what? What do they want to do? What do they want to do? Grab your attention! What got her? Shark? What is it, right? They got her attention. And then they flow and they start showing things and all that. Not till about 3/4 in that they show the shark. Now, when I talk about the Jaws, I actually enamor sharks, and there's a movie that came out which I didn't have a chance to watch yet called Shark on Extinction, and sharks are actually given a bad name. Everybody watch Shark Week? Who's watched Shark Week? I've been watching every year for like 10 years. I love Shark Week. Like, if I miss Shark Week, I go crazy, right? Because sharks actually, if you watch Shark Week, sharks are very interesting animals. They have migration processes, they travel long distances to mate. You know, but Jaws kind of gave them a bad name. Yes, sharks have eaten people, but they only take one damn bite and they let go because they find out it's not a seal, it's not something they want to eat, right? Yes, there's some rogue sharks. Yeah, okay, let's say there's a few rogue sharks out there. But again, that's how they. How about penguins? How many people like penguins? Penguins. Again, another animal that's misunderstood. It's all cute, but you know how much time a penguin stays frozen to lay its young? There's a movie narrated by, what's it, March of the Penguins? If you ever watch March of the Penguins, Morgan Freeman narrated it. It'll change your view on penguins. Really another really misunderstood animal. Again, Hollywood kind of glamorizes the penguin. You know, like Jim Carrey, my favorite actor of all time, did a movie about penguins and all that. But again, misunderstood little animal. But again, they grab you, and then they build the thing, and then there's a climax, right? So, like in Avengers now, they kind of built it over 10 years. I've seen most of them except Black Panther when I watch here in a few weeks. And then they kind of left us like, I don't remember about this, but they left us in a big, at the end of the movie, a big, you know, like, I don't know, what other word can I use? You know? And I was like, wow, I mean, that's just crazy. One of the craziest endings I think you've seen ever, right? So we'll see what they're going to do. But again, they left us in a lurch. So now people are like going crazy on YouTube. What's the name of the movie going to be called? Why? Because Marvel is so good at creating drama and interest. That's what they're good at. Now, I've given up on Marvel, sadly to say. 10 years, that's it. My friends, I think I'm a little crazy. No, 10 years is enough. I'll watch them on DVD when they're on DVD. I'll wait till the library comes out, 6 months after the movie comes out, and sit down and watch them on DVD. Because I have other focuses in life right now. But again, movies is something. Same with speaking. If I go, but if I kind of get you on a journey and get you interested, right, engaged, then the ending what? Is it more interesting, climactic? Right? Is it? Honestly, it should be. So movies is the best example I can share where they're building. I mean, I wrote a script with a friend of mine, so I'm also a writer, director, producer. I wrote a mini script 7 minutes long, and I'm like, we submitted it for a festival. We didn't win, but I was so glad to write it and go through the process of writing a script. It's called The Snake Goddess, and I hope we get to do maybe next year. But if we don't, I get to write a script, and it was a pain in the butt to write a script. It was hard, but I went through the process. I understand how it is to write a script. So practice. Do it over and over and over and over again. Either you record yourself on a camera, you do an audio recording, lock yourself in the library, whatever, record it, get a few friends together and practice. I'm telling you, over and over and over again. Persistence. If you're not see? Persistence. You gotta be persistent. Part of one of the successes that my friends always say to me, even my coaches, man, you're one persistent person. I go, yeah, thank you. You know, it's like what's the best analogy is a squirrel. What is a squirrel doing? Why is a squirrel always on the run? Why is a squirrel, I know it sounds, but why is a squirrel on the run always? What's a squirrel doing?
I mean, trying to get food, escape predators.
Yeah, but they're always on the go. They're trying to collect food for the winter. He has to escape predators, not get all my squirrels. I have a squirrel that I have coffee with him. His name is Charlie, right? I have a lot of squirrels. I have like 20. My neighborhood downtown, my God, I'm thinking about no number of raccoons. But I have a congregation of squirrels, and they seem to really like my area. I don't know why, because people maybe feed them. So I have Charlie and a bunch of others. But Charlie's always on the run. But Charlie, when this comes to food and we feed him, he pays attention. And sometimes he comes really close to me, like I can feed him 3 feet in front of me, and he's not scared of me. It's really kind of interesting to see how close he gets to me. But again, they're always on the go. So part of the word that a lot of entrepreneurs use is called the hustle. It's hustling. Anybody heard of Gary Vaynerchuk? Okay, there's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. If you want to write his name down, really inspiring guy. Met him 4 times. He always talks about the hustle. Hustle means you're always on the go. You're always not a squirrel. I know it's kind of bad, but that's what it feels like. If I wasn't persistent and going out there and building an acting career and going out there, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm very proud of it. But again, at the end of the day, is sharing this information for everyone here, ladies and gentlemen, to go out there and be. And even just a little bit goes a long way. Persistence. Results. Results going to happen. Whether it's getting an award, making money, it's going to happen. So repetition is where the magic is. Now, I said at the beginning because if you keep doing it, it's going to happen. So the most honest thing is my example about the script over and over and over again, right? It's 6 slides, ladies and gentlemen. It's 6 lines. It's not a lot of lines, but how I say them. And my challenge is with my style, believe it or not, what do? I speak very quickly. I have a very fast pace. It's just my pace of my speaking, right? So when you're talking, when you're doing a script in front of a camera, you have to slow down. I have to slow down because the camera needs to catch what I'm saying. So what I do is I put my video in front of me and I record me. On that video right there is recordings of me practicing that. And I'm being authentic because I got audio recordings, I got video recordings. But I'm on the subway, I'm on the bus today, and I'm like, thank God I started 2 weeks ago. Because I'm actually laughing at myself listening to that audio, because that audio was done a week ago. But I've already memorized 80% of it, so I can actually do better than that audio recording. And that makes me feel good. Because I've proven the process, and repetition is where the magic happens. Right? And that's for my win. It's not to prove it for anybody else. When I go there on Sunday afternoon, I'm gonna kick it because I already got it memorized. So anybody heard of keep calm? Keep calm, because I found one. Keep calm, trust the system. Hashtag. I told my Junior Achievement Company Program students last year, I did one talk for them. At the beginning, 3 weeks I did a talk. I sat in the room, blah, 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 I talked. And I said, hashtag trust the system. Man, they wore it out on Instagram. I was so proud. Trust the system, trust, because what happened? Stuff happened, ups and downs, sideways, but trust the system. And at the end, because they trusted the system, they got the result. Trust the system. I know it may sound a little weird, but if you trust the system, you trust the formula, you will make it happen. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take being comfortable. That's just part of how it works, okay? So I've done a lot of articles, interviews. I'm very proud of it. I've been sought out to speak through LinkedIn and many other things, platforms. And again, why you do that? Because you grow. You know, I have clients who I teach on marketing. I teach people on speaking still. One of my goals in life is to do a TEDx talk. Have you heard of TEDx before? Right? So TEDx Toronto just happened. Been for 10 years. I've done a lot of other things, but I haven't done a TEDx talk. Working on it. I just applied for TEDx Unionville. And it's something it's a stage I want to get on. But I was hung up on it a lot for a while, and then I said, you know what? If it happens, it happens. I'm very proud of my speaking career and what I've done. But again, you always want to push yourself. There's a lot of training. You know, learn to speak social needs to monetize. That's where the money is. And you know, I'm harping on money because at the end of the day, whatever you want to do, travel, that does require money. And I challenge that we all have an ability to speak, whether it's going to be the 2 people, or 5, or 10, or 20. Many of you may not speak to hundreds of people, but I guarantee throughout your career, you will be talking to people. You will do some sort of presentations. And this formula works. You may not see the result at the beginning, but when you get to the end, I trust that you will see
Mr. Christie,
it.
please contact 601. Mr. Christie,
Please connect this. So
601.
I have my business card here. I'm more than happy to give it out to you. My website there is down right now, but here's what I can do. Is I believe in paying it forward. I have way too many things that I've done that actually I shared you verbally. So I have my business card here, and I have a sheet. If you like, I could do this for you and make it really simple. So I have a newsletter where I can send out attachments, videos to you specifically here, everything that I promised. Like access to my website has downloads. That's my website's down because I'm changing the platform a little bit, but I can email you the links to my videos and all that to watch. I mean, I can say go YouTube me, you'll see some videos, you can write them down, but if you're interested, I'm more than happy to send them to you. I'm not giving you this to anybody else. Don't do that. It's just coming to you again. So if you don't want the list, you can take my business card. You can find me on LinkedIn. For the most part, I don't really have people on Instagram and Facebook. So everybody on LinkedIn here? Everybody got a LinkedIn profile? Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn. I prefer that because that's why LinkedIn is another amazing platform to begin growing connections today. If you're not, please look into it. Even no matter what age you are, LinkedIn is a great aspect to do that. So I have a blog, website, newsletters, I do special events. So, before we do this, because we have some time, so, you know, I'll do the surprise now. So, I said Google, right? So, downtown, starting tomorrow, at the Eaton Center, right? Go to the Eaton Center downtown eventually, downtown. So, at the Eaton Center, 2nd floor where the fountain is, now it's a tree, Google is doing a display there. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. Not all day, but part of the days. So, who likes free stuff? Only 6 people like free stuff? 7, okay. So what's happening is a cool display. I can't tell you everything because then I'll get in trouble. But what they're doing, anybody heard about the Google Mini? Who's heard about the Google Mini? Put their hands up. Who knows what a Google Mini is? Put their hands up. Who wants to tell me what a Google Mini is?
Is it like a Google Home?
Yeah, Google Home. So anybody familiar with that? Who has one? Who has one? 2 people have one? Oh shoot. So that's good. So what they're doing is they're gonna be there's a gingerbread house they built, and you're gonna go to the gingerbread house and you get to try one out of the 4 activations. At the end, you may have the opportunity, not may, okay, to win one. If you don't, they're giving out gingerbread cookies, really nice. And then sporadically, they're gonna have minis. I know how many they're giving up, I can't tell you that, but the opportunity to win is pretty good. But also, at the end, what I can tell you is that they're gonna be if you don't win one, right, say you get the gingerbread oven, they're gonna give you a coupon where you can pick a Google Mini for $34. Now, I went through 7 hours of training yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. I love this thing. Google Mini is amazing. I can't wait to get one. I want to buy 2 of them, right? Because it's like it does a bunch of things. Like everybody has a schedule. It can tell you what's happening. It can remind you on things. Like it becomes like a schedule reminder. It can play music. It's really a cool thing for $34. Oh my God! It can like work with your home and all that, or it can just put it in your room, remind you. It can tell you to get up. It's really a cool I can tell you, like, I was finished after 4 or 7 hours. I phoned a friend last night, and he goes, okay, you sold me. No, I'm just telling you about it. I'm not telling you to sell you, right? So if you're down there, check it out. Again, I can't do you're gonna win one, but it's a cool experience to go by and just see me there wearing the Google white. I'll be all white. White shoes, white pants, white shirt, white apron, and and all white. So that's a brand ambassador role that I do. Now, so if you're there, come see. Now, your turn. Part of what the secret to my success is not teaching, sharing, but engaging. So, who wants to come up and using what I just shared with you, share me a 2-minute story? 2-minute story can be, I'm going to turn off my camera here, because that's